Once, long ago, long far away, there lived four little characters who ran through the maze looking for cheese to nurse them and make them happy. Two were mice, named Sniff and Scurry, and two are little people. These were small as mice, but who looked and acting a lot like people today. Their names were Hem and Hoa. Due to their small size, it would be easy not to notice them for doing, but if you look closely enough, you could discover the most amazing things. Every day, the mice and the little people spend time in the maze looking for their own special cheese. The mice sniff and scurry, possessing a simple little brain but good instinct, searched for how nibbling cheese they might, as mice often do. The two little people, Ham and Hoa, used their brain, filled with many beliefs, to search for the very different kind of cheese with the capital C, which they believed would let them feel happy and successful. As different mice and little people were, they shared something in common. Every morning they each put on their jogging suit and running shoes, left their little home, and raced out into the maze looking for their favorite cheese. The maze was in headlands with columns chambers, some containing delicious cheese, but there were also dark corners, blank lanes leading nowhere. It was an easy place for anyone to get lost. However, the lost found there, the maze held secrets that let them enjoy a better life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used a simple trial area rest of finding cheese. They landed on the corridor and they proved that turned the land on another. They remembered the car's help in the cheese and quickly in the new area. Sniff would smell out general direction of the cheese using his great nose, and Scotty realized ahead. They got lost in my expect when they often lost direction and often bumped into wall. However, the two little people, Ham and Hawa, had better complex brain with their lives in motion that made life a maze more complicated and challenging. They realized a more sophisticated method by cheese, depending their ability to think and learn from their past experience, of the ability sometimes clouded by the way looked at things. Eventually, in the way all discover what they're looking for. They each found a long count of cheese one day at the end of the calendar in Cheese Station C. Every morning after that, mice and little people dressed in leather running gear and headed up to Cheese Station C. It wasn't long before they each embellished their routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake or live every day, every student maze, always following the same route. When they left the lift destination, the mice looked up the running shoes, tied them together, and hung them around the necks, so they could get quickly again. Then enjoy the cheese. In the beginning, Ham and Hoa also raced to a cheese station C every morning to enjoy the taste in the morning with the. But after a while, the different routines set in for the people. Ham and Hoa awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to cheese station C. After all, they knew the cheese was bought and how to get there. They had no idea where cheese came from or put it there. Then just soon it'd be there. As soon as Ham and Hoa arrived at cheese station C, each morning they settled down and made themselves at home. They hung up their jogging suit, put away their running shoes, and put on their slippers. They're becoming very comfortable now that they found the cheese. This is great, Ham said. There's not cheese usually lasts forever. The little people felt happy and successful, and they thought the nuts so cute. It wasn't long before Ham and Hoa got a cheese. They found the cheese station C as their cheese. It was such a large store of cheese that they eventually moved their home to be close to do it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more home, Ham and Hoa decorated the wall, says, and even drew a picture of cheese around them, which made you smile. One read, "Having cheese makes you happy." Sometimes Ham and Hoa will take their friends by to see their pile of cheese at cheese station C and point to the price, saying, "Very nice cheese, huh?" Sometimes they share with their friends, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserve this cheese," Ham said. "We didn't had run hard enough to find it." He picked up the nice fresh piece and ate it. Afterward, Ham fell asleep. His helper did. Every night the little people would drive home full of cheese, and every morning every confident returned for more. This went on quite some time. After a while, Ham and Hoa's confidence grew into the arrogant success. Soon they began comfortable. They didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Sniff and Scurry continued to attune. They arrived early each morning. Then Sniff and Scratch and Scurry around Cheese Station C, inspecting the area to see if any changes over there before. Then they stopped. Spur every day they were prepared and inevitable, and knew instinctively what to do. They looked at each other, removed the running shoes they held together, hung convenient around their neck, put them on their feet, and last below. The mice did not overanalyze things. To the mice, the problem and the answer were simple. The situation Cheese Station C had changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out of the maze. Then Sniff lifted his nose, Sniff, and nodded to Scurry, who took off running shoes mane, where Sniff followed as fast as he could. They quickly off in search of new trees. Later that same day, Ham and How arrived at Cheese Station C. They had not been paying attention to small changes that had been taking place each day, till later forgot they had cheese over there. They were unprepared what they found. "What? No cheese?" Ham yelled. He continued yelling, "No cheese? No cheese?" As though if he shouted louder, someone would put it back. "Who moved my cheese?" he hollered. Finally, he put his hand in his hands. His face turned red, and he screamed at the top of his voice, "It's not fair!" Hoa just shook his head in disbelief. He too and counted on finding cheese at Cheese Station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. He was just not ready for this. Ham was yelling something, but Hoa didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with what was facing him, so he just tuned everything out. The little people's behavior not was very introspective, but it was understandable. Finding trees wasn't easy, and meant a great deal more little people and just having enough to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way getting what they thought needed to be happy. They have their own idea what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material things. For others, it's enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For Hoa, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday, living at the coast Caris and Cheddar Lake. To him, cheese was becoming a big cheese in charge of other down in big house atop Camembert Hill. Because cheese was important to learn, two little people spent a long time trying to decide what to do. All they could think of kept looking around cheeseless station to see if the cheese was really gone. Well, Sniffer Scurry had quickly moved on. Ham and Hoa continued through Ham and Hoa. Hoa Scurry got depressed. What would happen if the cheese wasn't there tomorrow? You must were plant-based on cheese. The little people couldn't believe it. How could this happen? No one would wonder what wasn't right, was not the way things were supposed to be. Ham and Hoa went home hungry and discouraged. But before they left, Hua learned the wall. The more important your choice is to you, the more you wanna run to it. The next day, Ham and Hoa left their home and returned to Station C again, where they still expected somehow to find their cheese. The situation had changed. The cheese was no longer there. No real people what to do. Ham and Hoa just stood there immobilized like two statues. Hoa shut his eyes, he tired could put his hands over here. He just wanted to block everything out. He didn't want to know the cheese supply gradually getting small. He believed it would move all of a sudden. Him and her situation over and over and dimensionally complicated brain, its huge belief system took hold. Why did you do this to me? He demanded. What's really going on here? Finally, Hoa opened the design, looked around and said, By the way, where are Sniff and Scurry? Do you think they know something we don't? Hem scoffed. What would they know? What would they know? Hem continued. They're just simple minds. They'll just wonder what happened. We're little people. We're special. We should be able to figure this out. I know, smarter, Hoa said. We don't seem to act smart at the moment. Things change around here, Maybe we need to change. Do things differently. Why should we change? Ham asked. We're dear little people. We're special. This sort of things did not happen to us. Or it does. We should at least get benefit. Why should we can get benefit? Hoa asked. Because we're entitled, Em claimed. Entitled to what? Hoa wanted to know. We're entitled to our trees. Why? Hoa asked. Because we needn't call this problem, Em said. Somebody else did and we should get some out of it. Hoa suggested. Maybe we should stop analyzing situations so much and just keep going and finding new trees. Oh no, Ham argued. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. While Ham and Hoa were still trying to decide what to do, Sniff and Scurry were already well on the way. They went farther into the maze, up and down corridor, looking for cheese, every cheese station they could find. They didn't think of anything else for finding new trees. They didn't find any some time until they fine-tuned the area of the maze had never been before. Cheese station N. They squealed with delight. They found they'd been looking for a great supply of new cheese. They can hardly believe it live. It was biggest store of cheese the mice had ever seen. In the meantime, Ham and Hoa was still back in cheese station C, evaluating their situation. They were not suffering from the effects of having no cheese. They were becoming frustrated and angry, and were blaming each other for the situation they were in. Now and then, Hoa thought about his mice friends, Sniff and Scurry, and wondered if Sing found the cheese yet. He believed they might be having a hard time, as running through the maze usually involves some uncertainty. But he also knew it was likely one to last for a while. Sometime, Hoa would imagine Sniff and Scurry finding new cheese and enjoying it. He thought about her could be him too out of an adventure in the maze and find refreshed new cheese. He could almost taste it. The more clearly Hoa saw imagine himself finding and enjoying new cheese, the more he saw himself leaving cheese station C. Let's go, he explained all of a sudden. No, Ham quickly responded. I like here. It's comfortable. It's right. No. Besides, it's dangerous out there. No, it isn't, Hoa argued. We've learned through many parts of magic before, and we can do it again. I'm getting too old for that, Sam said. I'm afraid not interested in getting old in making a fool of myself. Are you? With that, Horace's fearing returned, and his hope of finding new trees is bad. So every day, little people continued to do what you haven't done before. They went to Cheese Station C, found no trees, and returned home, carrying their worries, frustration with them. They tried to deny it to happening, but found it harder instantly. That and the next day, they were becoming irritable. Their home was not the recurrent places they once were. The little people had difficulty sleeping and were having nightmares but not finding its cheese. But Ham and Horace still returned to Cheese Station C and waited there every day. Ham said, if you would just work harder, we found nothing really changed that much. The trees are probably nearby. Maybe they're just hidden behind the wall. The next day, Ham and Hoa returned with tools. Ham held the trestle, while Hoa banged down the hammer to raid on the whole of the wall to the Cheese Station C. They peered inside, but found no trees. They were disappointed, but believed like all the problem. So they started collier, stay longer, and work harder. But after a while, my heavens, a large hole in the wall. Who is beginning to realize the difference between activity and product activity. Maybe, Ham said, we should just sit here with what happened. Sooner or later, they have to put the cheese back. Hoa wanted to believe back. So each day he would want to rest and return to electing Ham to Station C. But the trees never reappeared. By now, the little people were growing weak from hunger and strife. Hoa was getting tired of waiting for the situation to improve. He began to see the longer they stayed in the cheerless situation, the worse off they to be. Hoa knew they were losing their edge. Finally, one day, Hoa began laughing at himself. Look at us. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'd wonder why things don't get better. If this one's so ridiculous, it would be even funnier. Hoa did not like the idea of having to run through the maze again, because he knew we'd get lost, having no idea where to find any trees. But he had left his valley, and he saw his fear was doing to him. He asked, where did they put on running shoes? It took a long time to find them, because they put everything away and they found their trees at Cheese Station C, thinking they wouldn't be needing them anymore. As Ham saw his friend getting into his running gear, he said, you're not really going out of the maze again, are you? Or wanna just wait here with me until you put the cheese back? Because you just don't get it, Hoa said. I didn't last year either, but now I realize they're never going to put yesterday's cheese back. This time they find new cheese. Argued. But what if there is no cheese out there? Or even there is? What if you don't find it? I don't know, Hoa said. He asked himself those same questions too many times, and expressed the fear again. A captain of rocks. He asked himself, where am I more likely to find cheese? Here or in the maze? He painted a picture in his mind. He saw himself being carried out the maze, with a smile on his face. This picture surprised him. It made him feel good. He saw himself getting lost along the maze, but very confident he would eventually find new trees out there, and all the good things came with it. He gathered his courage. Then he used imagination to paint the most believable picture he could, with the most realistic